The industrial ambient station of Newcastle is the setting as Peppercorn Mogul 62024 heads the local breakdown crane to the South Yards. Near Murfield now, as the typical Yorkshire Pennines surround the scene as Fairburn 264-42689 heads a short parcels train for Manchester. Following, Stanier Jubilee Colloper on a down express with safety valves blowing off. Riddle's Austerity Loco 90160 near Slathwaite heads the 1:30 p.m. mineral train to Huddersfield. At Skipton in 1964, well-cleaned Stanier Pacific City of Carlisle heads a rail tour for her namesake town. At Wiltshire, near Blackburn, a grimy Stanier AIF tops the summit in style with a down freight, mostly consisting of hopper wagons. These will be processed at the northern factories, typical industry around the area at this time. Assisted at the rear by the Lostock banking engine, an Ivet Mogul 43033. This locomotive was built in May 1949 after nationalisation in fact, and destined to be withdrawn towards the end of BR steam in February 1968. After a while, the banker drops off and rests by Wiltshire signal box. The Lonely Wheaton station has a Class 5 heads and up local, consisting of 3 BR Standard Mark I coaches. At Gargrave, motive power is viewed descending the S&C line. A crab descends with an express passenger service. A sister member of the class follows, with a short, empty, mostly mineral train. Finally, yet another crab, roaring through with a lengthy up express, with much pre-war coaching stock in tow. Definitely a poignant sight, mostly long gone by the 1960s, having been replaced by Stanier designs decades earlier. The West Coast Road at Shap with a Class 5, 45173 heading a down freight, banked by a Fairburn 264 tank, a common to bay banking kind at this period. later, the banker descends to await its next call of duty, once busy these times. In the Lune Valley, south of Dillicar, a Riddles 9A, the last heavy freight steam designed for British Railways speeds southward with an up-through freight, the 1030 Carlisle to Preston North Union sidings. At Preston itself, Riddles Pacific 70039 departs quickly with 11 Carlisle to Bolton passenger service. At Lancaster Green Air Station, a Hughes Crab Mogul passes through with van fits for the eastern region. At Carnforth in 1967, another Britannia Pacific 70032 Tennyson heads north to Carlisle. Note the extra-large BR-1D tender having been transferred from a then scrapped sister member. The impressive 2-track section at Arnside Viaduct as a Black 5 heads over it with an up express. This viaduct was doubled in width in 1863. Near Milnthorpe now, as Britannia Pacific Solway Firth interrupts the peace and quiet, roaring over the local cow paddock with an up express, having descended the Lune Valley. At Oxenholme, Britannia Pacific Sir Christopher Wren, again braking hard with a passenger service from the north. The descent from Greyrig could provide some impressive scenes, as 70024 proves, as it has an oil train from Grange Mouth top Heesham Harbour, descending at speed, passing Lambrig Crossing. Closer to the foot of the climb, but still on it, Docker Viaduct finds a Stanier Class 5 descending with a passenger service, followed by a sister engine with the Euston to Carlisle parcels. Scout Green, on nearby Shap again, a Black 5 descends with a fully fitted freight from Carlisle. Finally to Carlisle itself, with some vans being shunted at the far left, as this Ivet Mogul enters the centre platforms with a single Stanier LMS coach. Viewed from platform 1, Volaginti 47326 arrives to shunt an up express with a 6-wheel milk tank on the closest end. As in the background, a green Metro Camel DMU enters the Newcastle bay of the station. This little loco was built at North British Loco Works in 1926. Another Ivet design, this time a Mickey Mouse tank engine, number 41222, is also busy moving empty coaching stock out of platform 4, losing her feet a couple of times before moving the coaches out of the way and briefly seen starting to back into the station again, most likely having switched to one of the adjacent platforms. North of Citadel Station, Riddles Pacific Earl Hague passes Kingmore Motive Power Depot with a down-mixed freight train. Note the various stock in the consist from many ages, so typical of this period in the late 60s. Our final scene is close and nearby, with 2 of Kingmore's slowly dwindling 9Fs with plenty of steam arrange themselves on the far opposite tracks of the shed. The date of this scene is about 1966.